Gas prices are going up again. So I want to talk to you guys about, not about gas prices, but about gas prices. I want to talk to you about how you can save money because we are all feeling the pinch right now. If you're out doing the deliveries, you may be contemplating adding, money to the delivery fees or something like that. I've seen the gas prices creep literally more than $1 over the past year. So we are definitely in the crunch, and I'm afraid with all the stuff that's going on in the world right now, and the current climate and situation, it's going to get a lot worse before it gets a lot better. Remember, we're going into the season where gas prices go up, whether it be political, whether it be summer rate hikes, whether it be whatever. We're getting to the point to where the gas prices are going to go up, and you gotta be prepared for that, or it's really going to hurt you. Some of the things that I want to talk about is how that you can save gas or gas money, and probably the first and foremost is that you guys need to shop around. There's nothing to say that you can't go to that gas station that has the cheapest price, even if it is a few miles away, and fill up all your vehicles and be prepared for the delivery day with a full tank of gas that was cheaper than what you would find on the road. Also, when you're on the road, you need to shop as well. Start looking for those gas stations that are offering better prices, or that are part of a program that you're involved in where you can get 10 or 15 cents off or 25 cents or whatever. Some of the big ones do it. Kroger, Walmart do the cash back or the cash off or the whatever. But also some of the other individual gas stations could do it, and even some of the credit card companies will do it to where they'll give you money back. So shop around for those things that are going to save you money, and that's going to be money in your pocket. The second thing that I would say would probably be the most is plan your routes. If you're going to and from and to and from and to and from and back and over and over, you're not being the most efficient that you can be. So, and I know that this is a struggle. I know that the customers have demands and they have time schedules and the whole 9 yards. But you guys, there is some wiggle room there. You can get in there and figure out a way to make a little bit of extra, space on your route, so that you're hitting these things one after the other, and you're doing it in one route, and you're not doing the big loop and coming back and forth and back and forth. Also, when you drive a trailer, you have lots of drag that is literally, doubling your drag on your vehicle and causing your gas mileage to go down, to plummet, because you literally have all that, plus all the weight. It just adds to it. So, two schools of thought. If you are traveling in a direction and you are dropping these units off one after another, use a trailer, because you can use in one trip, you can save gas money instead of using two vehicles or whatever. And it doesn't matter what kind of gas mileage you're getting. One trip is always better than two. On the flip side, if you do not have, a trailer load of units, why are you dragging a trailer around? And I know it's difficult to get these things into the back of the truck or whatever you're doing. But if you want to save gas, it is in your best interest for you to put the units into the back of the truck if you only have a few units going in a certain direction or on your route, and just using that instead of dragging that trailer along. So keep that in mind, so that what you're doing. And then that goes for pickups as well. If you're only doing a few pickups, then just use the back of the truck. If you're doing a lot of pickups, 6, 8, 10, whatever, take the trailer and just make the circuit and pick up those items and put them on the trailer and be efficient about it in the whole 9 yards. That being said, also be mindful of that. Make sure you have tight rolls. Make sure you don't have things that are sticking out and causing drag. Make sure that your units are rolled in such a way that the roll isn't like a parachute catching on the side. Turn that flap in, or turn the unit around so the smooth side is on the outside and the fold side is towards the inside, so that you're not grabbing all that air. Doing these little things can help a whole lot, believe it or not. And make sure that what you're doing is saving those pennies, because every one that you save is money that you're putting in your pocket. Talk to your employees. They're not going to act like it's their wallet, because it's not their wallet. If you have employees that are driving your trucks and they are constantly on the gas and they're just, flooring it and going as fast as they can and doing the things that, driving the way that they normally drive and just revving it up and stop and go and revving it up, stop and go, and the whole 9 yards, let them know that, that kind of driving, is causing a drain on the fund. And you can even start a thing where you can figure out how much your gas budget is for the weekend. And if your employees fall underneath that gas budget, you'll give them any extra that's left over. So for instance, if you have $200 as your gas budget for the weekend, and again, that's a small number, I know, but say they only spend $150 of that gas, you can split that extra $50 with your employees and let them make money. And then literally, it's on them. If they want to make extra money, allow them to make that extra money. This can get out of hand, and you guys can, argue over simple stuff, the whole 9 yards. So be very, very careful with it. Don't get into a situation where you're doing certain things, but it is a good idea. If nothing else, it keeps it on the front of their brain that, these kind of things are going to help them save you money, and that money will be returned to them. So kind of a good thing. You can also do it with your spouse. Say, look, if we stay under a certain amount, then you get a $50 whatever treat, or, whatever, however you want to do it. Pay yourself, pay your spouse. Make it worth you guys' while, so that you're doing what you need to do. Other things that you can do is again, avoiding turnarounds or letting the customer knows that, if they call you back because a blower isn't functioning right and you get there and it's got a sandwich bag over the vent, I mean, you need to get up front with them and let them know that there's going to be a charge every time that you go to and fro. I've seen customers that literally just want you to do things more and more and more and more for them, and they don't want to do things on your end to try to make things right. If something is wrong, say for instance your cotton candy machine, they don't know how to operate it, or it's not operating correctly, and they want you to keep coming back and try to do it. And you've showed them, or you've showed them a video or whatever, and they just keep continuing to do it wrong. These aren't your fault, and they need to understand that it's costing you money, so it's going to cost them money for every trip charge that you have to go back and do those kind of things. On your side, make sure you're doing things that are not causing you to go back. Bring an extra blower with you. I'm telling you, this is probably one of my biggest rules that I have for all of my guys, especially if you're going a distance, is you make sure you bring an extra blower with you just in case. If you have a blower that goes out and, they're on the other side of, 40 miles away or, wherever they are, they got to come back and then go back. That's way too much. When you can just throw that one blower in, into the truck and let them carry it with them all day. And if nothing happens, then they got an extra blower. If something does happen, then they do have that to take care of themselves. And they'll also, be able to manage that. You can also, do those kind of things, around your deliveries as well. So for instance, if you have a pickup on a Saturday and a delivery on a Sunday, make sure, call the customer and see if you can't coordinate one of those things to where you can, drop it off if it's in the same area as where your pickup is at, so that you're not making two trips back and forth. Hugely important to try to be as efficient as you can be on all of these things, because that's what's going to save you money, and that's what's going to, put the money back in your pocket. Also, check your tires. If you're underinflated, it's really a drag on it. Doing your vehicle maintenance is super important, especially when you're putting the kind of miles that you are on the vehicle and doing the things that you're doing with it. So check your tire pressure, get your oil changed, do everything that you can do so that your vehicle can do the job for you and not work against you. You guys, one other thing that I would recommend is that if something is out of your area, call somebody that's closer and see if you can't swap some work with them and make that difference. And again, I know it's kind of difficult because customers are buying what they see and what they like and stuff like that. But if you've got somebody that just wants a bounce house and it is 40 or 50 miles away, call somebody over there and let them do it. I promise you it will come back. I promise you it will come back. If not from that person, karma will take care of you. There's no reason to drive that far for a bounce house. You're not making any money. I don't care what your delivery fee is, short of you putting it in a Prius and which some people may do. A bounce house, there's just not a lot of wiggle room on there to go and travel those kind of miles and not make any money. So keep that in mind. Again, you can tag on a surcharge or an extra delivery fee outside of a service area or some things like that, but be very, very careful with that, because again, these are all sticking points for customers. They're all things for customers to be perturbed about, to be upset about, and then they will turn that and use it as an excuse for something else that you haven't done. So and so said he would be here at 12. he got here at 12:15 and made me pay an extra $20 for him to be late, or whatever. And again, I'm just using examples of things that may or may not have been, in the past. Try to make sure that you don't get into the sticking points with the customers, because they will use those sticking points, and they've been taught, that's how you get extra service and stuff, is to file the complaints and do the things that are wrong. So keep all that in mind. And again, guys, work together and save those pennies, because I promise you they'll add up, and you'll be buying new units with all the money that you're saving, and doing all the great things that we love to do. So I appreciate you guys. Give us a like, give us a thumb up, share, tell your family, tell everybody to watch our videos. We'll keep them coming. There's no such thing as competition. We'll see y'all next time.